Hello, welcome once again. This is Kwesi Apiaje alongside Janoy. Today we are here to talk about the topic the importance of owning your own business. I know owning a business has been a dream of most people, and the question they keep asking is what are some of the benefits or the importance of owning their business? So let me throw the question to our shark the juniors man in our midst. Okay. All right. So, brother, what are some of the importance or the benefit of owning your own business?
So what I want to do is I want to do a compare and contrast,
Okay, that's
right,
great. Yeah,
between being a business owner and being an employee,
that's good.
right? I'm gonna give you several benefits.
Yeah.
One of the key benefits is there's no cap on your income.
Wow.
See, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, you are the sky's the limit,
All right.
and even you could go beyond
Not
that.
even the limits.
You know
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
can
saying?
go beyond that.
So
Yeah.
you can generate as much income as you want. You want to become a billionaire, you could become a billionaire.
Wow.
You want to be a trillionaire, you could become a trillionaire. That is something that you typically cannot do with a job, because most jobs you're getting paid by the hour,
All right.
or you're getting salary,
Yeah.
which is even a tighter cap. So that's one benefit of being a boss, being a business owner.
Yeah.
Second benefit is you determine the time that you work.
Wow.
You determine when you wake up, when you go to sleep. You determine when you take your vacation and when you don't take your vacation. You can't do that working for someone else, because you either get like a 2 week vacation and then you got to ask, and then they got to prove whether or not you take that vacation. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a boss, what you can do is say, okay, you know what? Today I'm taking today off. I want to handle other business, or I want to travel and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you could run your business remotely. If you got an online business, that's even better for you. So those are two key benefits being a business owner.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great. Okay, let me add this to what John said. If you create your own business, it rather brings the best in you. Your business is you, a version of you. So, you creating your own business is bringing that part of you, of which the business rather defines who you are. The success, the failure of the business defines your ability and inability to control and handle the business. So that's actually push out the best in you, the best ingredient in you to confront situations and challenges in order for you to succeed. So when you create your own business, it just opens you up to bring out the best in you because you don't want the business to fail. If the business fails, it means you have failed. And that's what you want to avoid. You don't want to be a failure. So the only thing is you try so hard to bring out the best in you. And then creating a business is you pursuing your passion. We can't live our lives continuing living the dreams and the passion of others. So, in order to determine the true freedom for yourself, you rather do what you like most or what you love most. That is your passion. Usually, we create a business by doing what we love most. If you work for somebody, it's like you are rather living for the person or the dreams of the person. But if you live or create a business, you kind of doing what you like most. So it gives you the inner freedom of which it helps you to follow your passions, your dreams, visions, and ambitions.
Hey, Les Brown said, if you are not living your dreams, you are literally committing spiritual suicide.
You're right.
And I know almost everyone out there has had that feeling where you're at your job and you're like, man, I could be doing something else.
Right.
I could be, you have that feeling inside of you. You're saying, I could be doing something way better. I could be creating my own business.
Yeah.
And don't fight that feeling. That feeling is telling you, yes, like those dreams that you have inside of you that you have bottled up, you can fulfill those dreams.
Wow, you are right.
You know?
Yeah. And more or less, if you work for somebody and it's like situation rather push you to work, for instance, financial situations, inwardly you feel you are not happy. As my brother said, you are committing internal or spiritual suicide. You are poisoning your soul within you. You feel no, things are not right. And as a result, it even make it difficult for you to give out your best. And if you don't take care, you end up spoiling your record by getting fired because you may end up not giving out your best because that is not your passion or the field that you wish to be. More to the point, it helps you working for yourself, help you to kind of being a leader. Like you create a team as you create a job because possibly you have to employ other people who have to work under you. And as a result, that actually brings in the leadership qualities and attitude in you because you have to take span of control and other stuff as a means to enhance the business growing and running. Add to the point, it also make you an expert. Why? Because it's through creating a business that you get to learn a whole lot of skills as how to organize, how to control, how to manage, how to delegate, and other stuff that actually give you the necessary knowledge and experience, which at last that can help you to offer the experience in the form of advice to other people to make you an expert. To add it, it helps you to create a financial freedom because creating a business helps you to increase assets. The business itself is an asset, and most of the asset that you have to acquire in running the business also helps you to gain a lot of assets. So all of them will kind of yield a kind of income to you, of which financially it helps you to be liberated. So you get financial freedom or liberation through that.
So you talking about assets, right? Here's another key benefit. As an employee, a lot of times that employer thinks as you as replaceable.
Wow,
You're not technically an asset to them.
you are right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So as a entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are the asset, or that product that you have is the asset. Because here's the thing. When you own a business,
yeah,
I can pass it on
wow.
to my kids. You can't do that with a job.
You are right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you are right.
You can't do that with a job.
With
You
a
might
job, yeah.
be able to get them into the job,
Yeah.
kind of make them a slave too.
Yes.
But you can't pass them on. You can't pass that on to the next generation.
Yes, to the next
So
generation.
that's a key benefit that you can pass your business on to another
Yeah.
to your posterity. You
Yeah.
can't do that with a job.
You are right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with a business, you could build true assets now
Wow.
because you have complete ownership of that business.
Business.
So
That's good.
you can sell that business, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and generate more income that
Yeah.
you'll ever earn in your life from working for someone.
You are right. Yeah.
You know? So if you make a checklist, right, the pros and the cons of being a business owner, it's better if you risk being a business owner than working for somebody for the rest of your life.
You are right.
You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of people, it's like they're waiting to die
Wow.
working that job. They're not really living. An entrepreneur, a business owner, they get to live life.
All right.
Yeah, they take more risks, but they get to live life. They get to really express what's within them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if you're selling face masks. Doesn't matter if you're selling at the flea market. You're
Wow.
still a business owner.
Business owner.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Versus somebody that just works a job
For
the rest of their
somebody.
life,
You
and
are right.
they know they're not happy. They know that their life is not fulfilling,
You are right.
but they keep on doing this over and over.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? Everyone is a manager.
Wow.
You know why I say they're a manager? You have to manage this body right here.
Yeah.
You have to feed it every day.
Wow.
You have to clean it. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of it. That's the first step to becoming a boss.
A boss. Yeah.
Proficiently managing yourself.
Yes, sir.
And then you promote yourself to a business owner.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you're already at step one
Yeah.
by being a manager. You're managing your own self.
Yourself
If you
and
have
your
kids,
body.
you're managing them.
Wow.
You have to just take the next leap of faith into becoming a business owner. You could start small. You know what I'm saying? You could sell
Yeah.
cookies. You could sell face masks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You have skills, or you could develop skills that will take you to that next step, and you'll be so fulfilled. You can even just do it as a side business
Wow.
until that side business generates enough income for you to, leave that job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I mean, I'm telling you, the benefits are there. It's you'll live a better life. You'll be more fulfilled. Even if you have to work harder, you'll be more fulfilled inside
You are right.
if you are a business owner versus being an employee.
You are right.
And after, if you want to touch on any more subjects, I'm actually going to give you some financial benefits, not just about making money, but the tax advantages and things of that nature to kind of compel you to say, I should be a business owner
Wow.
versus
That's
being
good.
an employee.
Employee. As the saying goes, it's good to be the master than being a servant. Yeah. And I once watched a movie or a clip, and that shows like in human periscope, we are like eagles with feathers that can actually fly higher to any limit that we want. So, which means everybody got the potential to do whatever or to exploit, to get to any point he or she wants. And that in that social dilemma, do you know what it shows? A man feeding that eagle, and whilst the eagle actually trying to pick the food from the ground, the man rather was using scissors to cut off the wings that will support the eagle to fly. And it shows that as somebody offers you a job, and then that's the job as the eagle was feeding from the bowl, meaning it was concentrating. And while it was concentrating for the little that it has gotten to be fed from the bowl as a wage or a paycheck, the potential that is the wing that will enable the eagle to fly to any level that it likes or to explore as he or she wants. The employee or the business owner rather took advantage of taking those wings off by cutting it down. Meaning, if you work for somebody on some way, you are kind of killing the potential and the talent and the passion in you that can actually lead you to exploit a certain level in life.
You see,
Yeah.
here's I'm gonna give you a brief history, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our ancestors, they had to raise their own provisions.
Yeah.
They had to provide their own means, and bartering was a way of life.
Yeah.
You had corn, I had milk. We would trade. That was the mean of
Yeah,
exchange,
barter trade.
right?
Yeah.
Or some people, they had a lot of stuff so that they could barter more,
Yeah.
thus owning a business,
Yes.
right? See, we live in a age, from I can't even give you a date, but we live in an age where we're conditioned to work for somebody.
Yes.
Our parents are conditioned that way.
Wow.
Our foreparents are conditioned that way. It doesn't. You have to go a little whiles back before
Yeah,
you
kind of understand.
you understand that, okay, not everybody did this,
Yeah.
but this is a way of life in America now, right? You go to college, and as soon as you come out of college, right? Most of the time, what do? You get a job. Doesn't matter if you have a master's or a doctorate, you get a job, right?
Yeah.
Unless you open your own practice, right? A lot of people don't think about business ownership when they go to
Wow.
college. They think about, I want to get paid 6 figures a year, or I want to make $1 million a year, but most of the time they're working for somebody.
Yeah.
CEO, you're still working for somebody.
All right.
If you really think about it.
I
You know what I'm saying?
understand.
And that's not to say that you can't get paid a lot of money,
Yeah.
but if you really want to be a boss, you should think about the future in mind, right? So like I said, going back to conditioning, we're conditioned to get jobs. When you turn like 16 or 18, your parents like, get a job, get a
Yes,
job, get
yeah.
a job. So it's hammered into you, get a
Yeah.
job, get a job, get a job. And it's like being on a hamster wheel,
Yes.
right? But then you have bills. The easiest thing to do is do what? Get a
To
job.
get a job so that you can pay.
So in this society, you're conditioned to get a job. And guess what? That job is somebody else's dream.
You are right.
So what's to say you can't think outside of the box and say, I have my own dream too?
Wow.
Like Martin Luther King said, I have a
That's it.
dream.
Yeah, I have
Everybody
a
has a
dream.
dream.
A dream. Yeah.
But do you have the guts? Do you have the boldness to step outside of the box and build your dream?
That is it.
That's the real question.
Yeah.
And that's something that you guys have to ask yourself. Am I bold enough to step outside of the box
Wow.
to build my own dream? Or are you so conditioned that you want to stay on that hamster wheel
Yes.
and eventually wear yourself out and die on that hamster wheel?
And then
and
pass
what
on to
happens?
generations.
What happens after you die? They just, they either flush you down the toilet or they,
you are gone and gone for good.
You
You
know?
don't leave any legacy.
And then if you look back at your life, let's say you're 80 years old, you're at your deathbed, you have your family around you, and you look back and said, what did I do with my life?
You are right.
I worked my entire life for a corporation, for a company. What did I do? What did I really do? Did I fulfill any of my dreams? Did I do anything I want to do, or was I living somebody else's notion of life?
Yes. Mhm.
And there's a quote that Les Brown said, that think about that, living on your deathbed and having your dreams come to you and say, you could have fulfilled us, but now we have to go to the grave. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yeah. And also, Dr. Moron once said, he said, the graveyard is the most,
That's the richest place in the world.
the richest part in the world. He said, it's where you go and find people who have died with their potentials, the knowledge, the wisdom, the talent, and all those great stuff in them. So that's the potential. I mean, the richest mind inside in the world. Yeah. So we really hope you don't die out with your potential of creating your own business, but instead you rather kind of come out with yourself, step out of yourself to start something. And more to the point, it actually help you to create connections or links. If you start a business, it's when you are going to deal with the stakeholders of the business. So that actually opens you up. You kind of connected to your creditors, your bankers, your competitors, the government agency, and others. So you kind of being connected or link up to the social hemisphere. So you end up create connections that will actually help you. So it opens you up more.
To actually touch on what you said, this is going to probably be my last point, is I told you about the tax advantages, right?
Yeah.
Every country favors the business owner, especially America. Why is that?
Yeah, because the government want to solve the socioeconomic anchor of unemployment. So they kind of motivate and encourage people to create their own business so that they will help by employing people to deal with the unemployment situation.
Business owners boost economy, boost
Yeah.
revenue. That's why there's so much tax advantages for business owners.
Yeah.
W-2 employees, right? Or
Yes.
W-4 employees,
Yeah.
they get taxed the most.
Mhm.
Not business owners. You get taxed more when you are a worker than if you're self-employed or a business owner.
Wow.
There's something called the four quadrants, right?
Mhm.
There's the worker,
Yeah.
there's the self-employed, there's the business owner, and then there's an investor. And it's better to be self-employed, working for yourself, than to be in that worker quadrant.
Wow.
And the reason why is you get taxed, you get the least amount of benefits, and you're unhappy at the end of the day.
You are right.
And that's just like you're putting yourself in a hole, in a
Yes.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
You want to put yourself in a win-win situation.
You are right.
That's why I said it's better to be a business owner.
Than-
Most countries favor business owners. They favor entrepreneurs because they're offering something to society. Other than your time for hours or your time for money. You know what I'm saying? You're providing something of value or a service.
Wow, that's good. And lastly, creating your own business actually helps you to become a mentor. Why? Because you inspire others. Others, mostly the youth, will look up to you. Oh, this is what this person has achieved, so I can equally do it. And as a result, you become a mentor to the person. And to add it, it just helps to raise your social status in the societal, or how do we call it? I mean, there's something about,
Like the social ladder.
yeah, the social ladder. If you create a business, it rather raises your social status and you become a mentor to others, inspiring them to start something by themselves. This is the importance of creating your own business. But before then, let me see that Jan want to add something so that we say goodbye to you till another time.
So basically, I would just want to leave you guys with some words of encouragement. If any of you guys out there want to start a business, no matter what the business is, you start small.
All right.
You have the potential inside of you to start that business. Don't let the conditioning of working a job, working a 9 to 5, waiting 20, 30, 40 years until you're 65 to retire, and then do what? What are you going to do at 65?
You are right.
You know?
Almost dead. Unless you want to be a KFC.
You know, when you're young, that's when you have your energy. When you get older, you know, you start having all sorts of medical problems.
You are right.
You should live your life when you're young.
Yes.
Start a business when you're young, so that by the time you reach that age, you could have more than enough money to retire. You could retire early.
Yes.
And that's a thing that a lot of millennials are doing, is that they're retiring early now. They're not waiting until they're 65.
Yes.
And even people that are over 65 are still working.
You are
We see
right.
that. So you see that old system of doing things is not working.
You are right.
So why do the same thing over and over and over? That's the definition of what? Insanity.
Yeah.
That's what Einstein said, right?
Yes.
Expecting the same results.
Yeah.
So break outside of the box. And if you fail forward.
Yeah.
I started multiple businesses and they had success, but they died down.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't stop me
From
starting another one.
Wow.
Because eventually, guess what? It's going to be successful.
Yeah.
And I had past successes, and what do? I build on it. I build on that success. So anyone out there that wants to start their own business, no matter what it is, do your research, start small, and then build from there. If you fail, keep on going to the next goal. And listen, you don't have to quit your job. I'm not encouraging anyone to quit their job right away.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging you to quit your job down the line. Start your business part-time and build it up. Build it up. Save money, invest in yourself, invest in your business. And that way, long-term, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you could leave that job completely.
Wow.
And you could be living life on your own terms and instead of somebody else's terms.
Wow, that's great. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and share. And lastly, to say goodbye to you, don't be afraid to start your own business. That is you, your profession. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you.